say it again, Igor Shesterkin. He has been the story of the New York Rangers season through 9 games. He does it again. Absolutely scintillating performance by Shesterkin as he saves 31 out of 32 en route to a Ranger victory in their first game ever against the Seattle Kraken. And the Seattle crowd was very much into it, and Seattle was the much better team. This is another game where the Rangers get outplayed and they win. They're 6-2-1. Igor Shesterkin is a major, major reason why. And the Rangers in this one, I mean, literally the second period, they were absolutely dominated. They were outshot 13-2 in the second period. And Shesterkin he looks just very calm, very poised. Look, if somehow he can be anywhere near what the Rangers got from Henrik Lundqvist for the better part of 15 seasons, then they're in good hands. And that's a very tall task and a big ask. But Igor is looking really sharp. If the Rangers can somehow get... Now, you would expect Shesterkin, of course, to not keep up this level, but you'd also expect the Rangers to play better than they have been. A lot of top guys have been very quiet. They've also gotten some really good contributions from certain guys. In terms of the lineup, one switch, Jarred Tinordi, who played the first game of the season at Washington, had been a healthy scratch the rest of the way since, and Nils Lundqvist had played all those games. They made that swap. So Tinordi in, Lundqvist out. Don't love that move, but I somewhat understand it, I guess. I'd rather let the kid play in Lundqvist, and I'm sure we'll see him again. But Tinordi gets the nod, and in this one, it was actually a good start for the Rangers in this one, and they would get a goal right away by who else than Chris Kreider, and it's Kreider's 7th goal of the season with an assist from Barclay Goodrow. So Kreider, 7 goals. We've seen that when he is on his game, he can be very, very good. And right now he's on his game. Chris Kreider has been one of the best Ranger players so far this season. And it's not just the goals. He really is playing a very good all-around game. Would I like him to take less penalties? Yes. But Kreider, with a really nice shot, sort of a mini 2-on-1 where he had Zibanejad to his left and Kreider decided to rip it, and he got it past Philip Grubauer. And it gave the Rangers a 1-0 lead. And they would play a mostly good first period, but as that first period sort of wore on, it definitely, the play by the Rangers diminished. In the second period, it was really, really bad. I mean, and this was after the Rangers had a chance. It all was kind of set into motion where the Rangers get a power play at 3:36 where Ryan Lindgren is interfered with, and it was a really bad power play. Just got nothing going at all. The number one unit has been really poor. And in general, Mika Zibanejad has been someone who has been really ice cold lately. Got off to I felt a good start the first few games, but he has been not playing well. And Artemi Panarin as well has been, really someone who we'll talk about him because he does redeem himself, and that playmaking ability is always there from Panarin, but he has certainly fallen short of expectation. And then the Rangers take a penalty. It'd be Dryden Hunt who takes a hooking penalty, but the Rangers do kill that off. Later in the period, though, unfortunately, it is a goal for Jordan Eberle. Eberle scores at 13:46 of the second on a nice backhand roof job past Shesterkin and ties it up at 1. And then Jarred Tinordi takes a cross-checking penalty, and so you don't want to see that. Tinordi comes in the lineup, takes a penalty, not great. And then the Rangers do, on that penalty kill, draw one as Ryan Strome is slashed. But then when the Rangers are trying, on their power play as it begins, it's the first of too many men on the ice penalties for the Rangers. That is unacceptable. I mean, to have not just one, but 2 late in the second in a tie game, and then we take another one in the third. Luckily, the Rangers would kill both off. So the Rangers penalty kill does the job again. Credit, I think credit should be, there's a few unsung guys in that mix in terms of the penalty kill. Patrick Nemeth deserves credit because he has been relied upon on the penalty kill. Like, he and Jacob Trouba are logging pretty big PK minutes. And Trouba, let's say this, his offensive game is really one in which I think is extremely disappointing from what he was from Winnipeg. But his defensive game this year has been very, very stout. Not a whole lot to complain about there in terms of what he's bringing, in terms of protecting the net, being that physical force, and he's been pretty good in the penalty kill with Nemeth as a pair. Not only that, but Barclay Goodrow has been very key on the PK, and with Kevin Rooney as well. That's been like the top PK duo. They're getting. I feel like with the fourth line, they're getting useful minutes, and even Greg McKegg has been someone that they've used in the penalty kill, and he has been someone that hasn't been a total detriment. And then we've seen Dryden Hunt as well. So even though like those guys aren't getting points, they're also not really responsible for giving up goals either. And that's key. They're just forechecking, cycling, and it's some really good minutes. So the defensive forwards have been pretty solid. And the Rangers' third period was better. It wasn't great, but it was, of course, way better than the second. And eventually they would cash in. And at 12:10, Adam Fox makes a pass to Artemi Panarin, who makes a move, delays, and finds Adam Fox streaking into the zone. Fox makes a little deke, makes a nice wrist shot, and gets it past Grubauer. So Adam Fox, who had actually left the game earlier, not sure what it was, but clearly he's all right, and thank God. I don't know where they'd be with that Adam Fox, but he gets that goal, and that would prove to be the game winner. The Rangers, after that goal, did a much better job, I felt like. They have done a really solid job of protecting the leads, and a big reason for that is Barclay Goodrow. Barclay Goodrow gets another empty net goal to seal it, and it gives the Rangers that 3-1 win. Goodrow has really been someone who has been very vital in late game situations, and I think you saw that with Tampa Bay as well. I can remember numerous times where he is he's a very smart player, relentless, and know how well he'll do in terms of goal scoring and point getting. But I do know that he is someone that is responsible and he's a winning player. He really is. He's someone that you win with. And he is someone that you want on the ice at the end of games when you're protecting a lead. Really knows what he's doing out there. And the Rangers win a game which they did not deserve to win. Make no mistake about it. This was, I guess, reminiscent to the Toronto game. The Toronto game felt like it was more domination in terms of Shesterkin, like the quality of saves that Shesterkin made was more against Toronto. But this was very similar, where they just Seattle must feel like, how did we not come away with at least a point? I mean, they got no points. So the Rangers are now 6-2-1. They go to Vancouver, another team, another Western team that's struggling. They're 3-5-1, as are the Kraken now after this loss. So it's against Vancouver. That's a game that you definitely want to get, considering that the last two games of this trip are back-to-back nights against Edmonton and Calgary, who have been two of the best teams in the league, and the Rangers saw that firsthand against Calgary at the Garden. So this Vancouver game would really be nice to win, and then you hope to kind of just find a way against Edmonton and Calgary to just maybe split if possible. So this will be an interesting game against Vancouver, a team that has struggled at home, and we'll see. I hope it's Shesterkin. Would I be shocked if it's Georgiev? No, but I'm hoping it's Shesterkin against Vancouver, and then they split them against Edmonton and Calgary. But the Rangers continue their road-winning ways, and again, we're going to have to close it out on the major reason for that, the one who has been maybe the best goalie in the National Hockey League in the early stage of the season, and that is one Igor Shesterkin.